Hey guys, welcome back to the second week of this season's Astrolabe guide. As usual, remember that each character can only be used up to 4 times. If you're struggling with a particular stage, why not wait until next week when you can use your overpowered support or navigators again. Remember that my guides only serve as a reference. You do not have to follow them exactly. If you have more limited DPSs, supports and navigators, don't be afraid to use them to make your lives a lot easier. But before we jump in, for my light spenders out there, here's something that might come in handy for you. If you miss the discounts you get from the P5X web store with a VPN, don't worry, here's a solution. With Loot Bar, you can pretty much enjoy the same amount of discounts as before, up to 20% or sometimes even more, depending on the coupons and your region. Personally, I've been using it quite a bit, considering there's a spending event happening right now. Furthermore, the delivery for your purchase is not only fast, but you can also shop with confidence, with guaranteed refunds, 7-day after-sale support, and a loyalty system that rewards you the more you spend. Plus all these great reviews, what are you still waiting for? Check my link in the description below to start saving money today. So with that little segment out of the way, let's finally jump into the guide. Let's first take a look at the first Stella. The Stella shouldn't be too much of an issue. Any assassin unit will be able to make quick work of it. However, I'm choosing to go with Fleuret as I want to save my other assassin units for the later stages. Special effect also benefits him extremely well. I've added Mona, Moko as well as Okyan to go along with him. As for Wonder, we'll be using the usual Wind DPS setup with the Ex Machina. Make sure that at least one of your personas has Rakunda. These are the stats on my characters. Just perform your usual rotations and this stage should be a cakewalk. Good luck! Moving on to the second Stella, which I think is the stage that most people should have problems with. The way I'm tackling this stage might be a little bit unorthodox, however it works extremely well. Instead of using a sweeper unit, we'll be using Violet. I tried using Penta, however she just wasn't strong enough to do it, and the knockdowns were extremely annoying, not to mention the super freeze. If you don't have Violet, don't worry, you can use the sweeper brute force team. I'll attach a link with the clear as well as the rotation. While my Violet is a 6, an A0 Violet can clear it as well, even more so if you have Miku. However, for this clear, I'll be using Violet, A1 Twins, Horde and Futaba. Ideally, you want to have A1 Twins or Turbo to enable Violet to max out her step stacks. As for Wonder, we'll be using Komokutin, Dionysus with Medea, Sarosha with Rakunda, and lastly Glimmer as the weapon. These are the stats of my characters. The plan is simple, ideally kill all 3 of the enemies by turn 3, allowing you to focus down on the final Oni with the remaining turns. Use Medea on turn 2 if you need the HP to survive. Otherwise, you can use Rebellion. Horde skill tree as well as Violet's highlight should allow you to easily kill 2 of them, while the last one can be focused down with Violet's dance partner procs and skill 1 cast on turn 3. Good luck! Now let's take a look at the third Stella, another Stella that can be easily cleared with the Skull and Leon combo. By adding another sweeper or assassin unit, it makes it even easier by providing an additional 60% final damage, removing the need for running a navigator. But of course, if your Skull isn't as built, you can run a navigator such as Ange to make light work of the stage. We'll be using the same setup as always for Wonder, and these are the stats of my characters. There's not much to be said about this stage other than God hand your way to victory. Good luck! Lastly, the fourth Stella. For the stage, I'll be using a team focusing on providing shields for DPS Wonder with Yoshitsune. Yuki, Puppet, and Cherish will all be providing shields, allowing us to easily hit the max final damage bonus. Lastly, Luce for its damage boost and shock infliction for a higher chance to land crits. Wonder will be using the Abyss Fang with 2 other personas with high attack stats. Stats of your other characters honestly doesn't matter. I'm using the Trout Cherish with Puppet and Yuki running 0 revelation cards. Perform your usual rotation for all your characters and hustle Toby your way to victory. Good luck! And with that, that's this week's Astrolabe done. How did everyone's week in Astrolabe go? Apologize for the sponsorship plug, and I hope you guys don't mind that little segment, as we'll be seeing it for a while. As usual, thank you to everyone, and big thanks to the channel members. I'll see you all again in the next one.